When I was 5 years old, my mother told me something that would stay with me for the rest of my life. She said happiness is the key to life. I didn't know exactly what that meant back then, but those words planted a seed in my heart. They became the quiet voice I would return to again and again, especially when life got loud, confusing, or painful. When I went to school, they asked me what I wanted to be when I grew up. And without hesitation, I wrote down just one word: happy. The teacher looked at my answer and said, "I think you misunderstood the assignment." I looked back and said, "I think you misunderstood life." I wasn't trying to be clever. I was just telling the truth the only way I knew how. Because to me, being happy wasn't a small thing. It wasn't silly or childish or naive. It was everything. I didn't care about having the biggest job title. I didn't dream of being the richest. I didn't want to be the most famous. I just wanted to wake up and feel joy. I just wanted to feel alive. I wanted to smile for no reason. I wanted to breathe without a heavy chest. I wanted to feel peace in my heart even on the hard days. But the world doesn't teach us that. The world tells us to be successful, even if it costs our happiness. It tells us to get in line, follow the rules, climb the ladder, and somewhere along the way, so many of us forget. We forget what it's like to laugh without thinking. We forget what it feels like to play, to dream, to be curious. We forget the sound of our own voice. We forget the version of ourselves that existed before we were told who we should be. And so we grow up. We chase approval. We compare ourselves. We try to be perfect. We try to be liked. But deep down, we're tired. We're tired of pretending. We're tired of faking smiles. We're tired of chasing things that never truly make us feel whole. And maybe that's when the truth comes back to us. Maybe that's when we remember that 5-year-old inside, the one who knew that happiness was the goal all along. So today I want to speak to the one who feels like they're not enough. I want to speak to the one who's lost, who's exhausted, who's questioning their path. I want you to know that it's okay to stop running. It's okay to stop chasing things that don't light your soul on fire. It's okay to come back home to yourself. You don't need to be more. You don't need to prove anything. You don't need to be anyone other than who you are. Because happiness isn't something you find. It's not in the next job or the next relationship or the next number in your bank account. Happiness is something you choose, something you allow, something you create moment by living honestly, gently, fully. It's in forgiving yourself. It's in loving yourself. It's in accepting that even in your flaws, even in your mess, you are still worthy of joy. And if the world doesn't understand that, if they still think success means being busy, being stressed, being cold, then maybe they still don't understand life. But you do. So hold on to that truth. Protect it. Nurture it. Return to it every time you feel lost. Because the little you, the 5-year-old you, still lives inside. And they were right all along. Happiness is the key. If this message touched you, if it reminded you of something your heart needed to hear, then share it. Share it with someone who forgot what joy feels like. Share it with someone who needs hope. Share it, not for likes or attention, but because the world needs more truth, more healing, more realness. Let's remind each other. Let's remind the world. Happiness is still the key. Another story of motivation my mom told me. My mom once told me, a person who values you would never put themselves in a position to lose you. And I don't know who needs to hear this, but that really hit me deep. You see, life teaches us through pain, through the people we lose, through the moments we replay, wondering what we could have done differently. But sometimes it's not about what we could have done. It's about what they didn't do. When someone values you, truly sees your worth, they protect your presence. They don't gamble with your heart. They don't treat your time like it's disposable. They don't leave you guessing, wondering, doubting. Value isn't spoken, it's shown. It's in the way someone chooses to stay, to communicate, to show up when it's inconvenient. Because love without respect isn't love. And connection without consistency, that's confusion. I've learned that peace is better than proving your worth to someone who doesn't see it. And silence is louder than chasing what was never meant to stay. So if someone walked away, if they let you slip, maybe they didn't value you the way you thought. And that's not your failure. That's their loss. Don't shrink for people who never made room for you. Don't fight to stay where you're barely tolerated. You are not hard to love. You are just giving love to people who don't know how to hold it. So I thank my mom for that wisdom. Because now I know, when someone values you, they act like it. And if they don't, that silence is your closure. If this touched something in your soul, I want you to share it. Someone out there needs this reminder today. You might be the voice that helps them walk away from what's breaking them